You, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on this Money Making Wednesday with the Pig Dogs Morning Show. Y'all know what today is, man. It's Romanelli Wednesdays. And of course, me and Franchise here on the daily. Man, a lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about. A lot happened over the weekend. A lot happened since the last time we seen Romanelli. Got a decent card today. Solid NBA card. College hoops got some things going on. NHL, so Money Making Wednesday, man. Plenty of place to make some money. Roof. What's happening?
And I'm a little bit bruised after last night. A couple of our favorites decided to go rogue on us, and DePaul decided to actually show up and play some basketball for once. But then the more things change, the more they stay the same as Arkansas stinks up the joint once again. So, Jay, you got to quit them boys.
I might gotta stick a fork in them boys, man. I might have to.
I think we're starting to get to the point where I think Ron said it, and I think I got to sort of follow suit on it. That coach, maybe it wasn't Ron that said it. Coach Cal's a recruiter.
Yeah, I did say it. Coach Cal and Mike White, they should join forces and recruit the greatest team to never accomplish anything.
The greatest NIT team in history.
Yeah, Arkansas is going to the Final Four of the CIT.
They just might, man. Damn, they just can't get it together, bro.
Be like you know what it is? It's like when you would put together a team on 2K, and it's like you don't worry about chemistry. You just try to pick and put together some of the best players, and not worry about that, and just assume that it's all going to work. But It's not always like that. So, but we're gonna have lots more time to bash in the season as we start to head to March. But don't think we're gonna be able to talk about them come tournament time.
Fair. Ron and Dumb, what's happening?
Good morning. It was a wacky day in college hoops yesterday. Alabama double-digit loss. We saw a lot of blown leads. The BYU game, that was my best bet, BYU. BYU was up by 27 points. And then in about an 8-minute span, Oklahoma State went on like a 26-9 run. And it eventually got it down to 3 points. It was a 27-point lead down to 3. And then BYU somehow found a way to win by 15 to cover. It was not a game I was enjoying watching at the end. Very stressful game. And we also saw the Florida Gators lose outright. So it was a weird day in college hoops.
That was the one I wish I was there, man. I told everybody on the show yesterday. I want to fade Missouri. I want to fade Florida. I want to be on Missouri. But I just couldn't pull the trigger. I was mad that I didn't pull it. Shout out to Tigers, man. Shout out to Tigers, pulled it off. What else happened last night? My Mavs got taken behind the shed. Jamal Murray for 50. I was right behind the basket, saw it in person. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. The Nuggets, watch out. They playing well. They might be back. If Murray plays, he don't have to play like that. But if he plays, back to Jamal Murray. If Jamal Murray's back, the Nuggets are back. That's been the problem with the Nuggets. Their second best player has been Russell Westbrook over the last month or so. But if Murray gets back in the fold, the role players played well last night. The Nuggets might be back. Jokic really didn't have to do much. Still have triple-double. Shout out to the Nuggets, man. They did take my Mavs behind that shit. My Mavs back in action tonight. The Nuggets back in action tonight. Talk about them. I broke even last night. I went 2-2. I'm mad. I should have went 3-2 because I should have put Thunder in. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. So I went 2-2. I did cash the best bet with Milwaukee. Shout out the Bucks. Good spot for them. Overrated and overvalued teams do win in certain spots and situations to justify why they're overrated and overvalued. AKA the Knicks, AKA Milwaukee, teams like that. Shout out to them. But plenty to talk about today, man. We got a full NBA card today on this Money Making Wednesday. Anything else you fellas want to talk about before we hop in?
Yeah, I could probably go on a long rant about Missouri, but I'm just going to leave it be. people in the comments annoying me last night. So
Fair enough, man. We got a college hoops, man. Let's do it. Where should we stop first slide? Let's go. 6 Eastern through.
I'm looking right now.
I'm looking through.
Seven's a pretty decent time slot. You probably go up to about 8. 7:30 or 8, your call.
All right. Lafayette at Army. Lehigh at Boston University, Mitchell's alma mater. We got South Carolina at Vanderbilt. West Carolina at VMI. SC Upstate versus UNC Cashville. Charleston Southern versus Winthrop. Stanford versus Wake Forest. Davidson versus LaSalle. We got Kansas on the road, man, at Iowa State. We got Gardner-Webb at Radford. UAB at South Florida. Cal at North Carolina. North Carolina State, NC State at Virginia Tech. Richmond versus St. Bonnie's. We got UMass, the Romanellis, against Fordham. Duquesne, a.k.a. Ducking These Nuts, a.k.a. Ducking These at G-Dub, George Washington. George Mason at Dayton. The Salukis at Missouri State. Colgate, Navy. Holy Cross, Bucknell. Seton Hall, Butler. PFW Chains at Wright State. Iapui at Oakland. North Kentucky at Cleveland State. Wofford at Chattanooga. Samford at Mercer. East Tennessee State at Furman. The Citadel, a.k.a. Citadel, at UNC Greensboro. Penn State at Michigan State. And FAU at Tulane. So we'll stop. Franchise. First slide of the day, man. A lot of meat on the bone right here, man. What we doing?
I sworn you said somebody was playing Oakland, but I don't remember who it was.
Iapui.
No idea who that is.
Yes, you do. Iapui.
No, I don't. I genuinely have no idea who that is. I know they're playing IU Indy. I don't know who this Iapui is. But I'm not going to take that game. I just wanted to dig in a little bit. I'm going to take Seton Hall plus the 8 against Butler. Some people may classify as buy low spot. I think that's gone out the window with Butler. This team is just struggling. I don't want to lay 7.5, 8 points to the team that can't win a game right now. And Seton Hall, they're not in much better form themselves. They've lost 6 of their last 7, but they just find a way to drag teams down into the mud. Make it low scoring, defensive style, limited possessions, and catching 7.5, 8 points in a game like that. We've already seen Seton Hall on the road cover against Providence, cover against Rutgers, only losing that game by 3 points. I think that Seton Hall could potentially keep this one close, maybe give themselves a shot to win it outright. Another one I like is, I just had it. I'm going to take at UAB laying the points against USF. I like this Blazers team. I think they're a lot better than what they showed early on in the season. USF has had some decent results in conference play, but from a talent perspective, I just think the UAB is the far better team. And I think they run away and pull away and win this one by 5, 6 points. So I'll lay the points with UAB in that one. And George Washington laying 3.5 at home. They're outscoring teams by almost 19 points per game at home this season. Duquesne's started to trend in the right direction, but I'm not there with Duquesne in this spot. I got to go with G-Dub.
G-Dub. Run it down, break down, Romanelli.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with VMI laying the points against Western Carolina. Not going to be too many opportunities for VMI to pick up some conference wins, but this is one of them. You got Western Carolina coming off the big win over Mercer. I think it's a letdown spot. While I do think the Catamounts are better than their record, I think the same thing goes for VMI. So look for the Keydets to pick up the win and the cover. I think Kansas is a live dog in that game. I know Iowa State, it's a very tough place to play, and they're coming off the big win, but I think it's a letdown after that overtime victory over Texas Tech. I think Kansas, we saw last year, they covered the number at Iowa State in a close game. I think they do the same thing here. And we're getting more points in this one than we were last year. So give me Kansas plus the points. And I'm going to take, let's see. I also like Chattanooga laying the points against Wofford. I just think Chattanooga is honestly a sneaky team in that conference. I think I could see them going on a run and winning the conference in a tournament. They're kind of a tournament style team. They're a good 3-point shooting team. They take a lot of threes, a good free throw shooting team. Their defense not so great on paper, but they are forcing some tough shots. So I think their defense is actually better than what we've seen. And I think they get the big win and cover in that one. And I got to lay the points with Michigan State. Penn State, there's kind of questionable. A couple players are questionable for that one. And I just don't think they match up well. Michigan State's playing great basketball right now on a big win streak. And usually I don't like taking teams on win streaks like that because they're a little bit overvalued. But I think this is going to be a one-sided affair.
I think y'all finna see the best team in the country beat the brakes off of somebody tonight, man. They finna beat the brakes off them Jayhawks tonight. I'm just saying the best team in the country is finna beat the brakes off of Kansas tonight. And you're gonna be sitting there wondering, why the hell did I fade Iowa State and Iowa State? Do I not tell y'all all the time that the Cyclones go stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib? And the Jayhawks, what do? They always fall flat. They trash on the road. We trust them at home, but on the road, nah, there's a reason this line is 2 buckets and half a point. 2 buckets and half a point. Iowa State is decisively the head and shoulders a better team. Kansas is overrated and overvalued. Remember, Kansas was the number 1 team in the country coming into the season. Don't trust them here. Iowa State, man, they pulled it off at Texas Tech the other day. That was, man, oh my goodness. And I'm not necessarily disagreeing with Ron that this is necessarily a letdown spot after a huge win like that, because it kind of is, but I think they prevail through it. I do. I think they prevailed through it. This is, in my opinion, the best team in the country. I know Auburn's really good. I got Auburn right there, number 2. But I think Iowa State's my number 1, and I'm gonna keep rolling with them, man. I've been on this Iowa State train for 2-3 years now. So
the only question in that game is whether Kansas wins outright or just covers the spread. That's the only question you got to ask yourself, and that's one I think about all the time.
It's gonna be like a 10, 12 point win at the end of the day. Decisive. We'll see. Also like I like G-Dub as well against Duquesne. Duquesne's trash. I know they've won a couple games here in a row. Won 4 of their last 5. But I still can't get out of my mind who they were to start the season. And G-Dub's a team I just like to bet often. There's a reason I love G-Dub. They've been playing the better basketball, in my opinion. I'm going to rock with them today at home, laying over a bucket. Let me see what else I like in here. Chris is crazy, man. I don't know why he didn't see this on the board. Iapui. I don't know why he didn't see it.
It's because they're dead and gone. IU Indy now.
No, the boys are still Iapui. And them boys, I think they're a live dog. I know it sounds crazy based on the line, 8.5, but not really. I think Oakland is still overrated based on last season. They were a tournament team, a fun team. People kind of liked them a lot. We watched them in the tournament. And I think in spots like these, yes, they are the better team. Yes, they theoretically should win the game. I don't know, though. It seemed like one that might come right down to the wire. And plus 400 on IU Indy, a.k.a. Iapui. Sign me up. I've been catching... Let me see. Penn State, man, they don't let me down in back-to-back games. Oh, my goodness, they don't let me down. I tried to take that deep shot with them against Illinois. These two won't let me forget. And then I took them back door. I should have just grabbed the points against Oregon. I took them outright money line. They covered. They didn't win outright. I'm going to grab the points with them in this spot. Michigan State is the better team. This theoretically is a Michigan State style year. Mitch used to talk about that a lot. But it just feels like too many points to me. I think people kind of jumping off the Penn State wagon after, they're not playing that well, losing 3 straight. I think this is a kind of slight buy low spot. Give me Penn State plus the points against Michigan State. We'll see. Let's keep it rolling, fellas. We got Georgia, Mike Whites at Tennessee, West Virginia at Houston, Utah at TCU, Murray State at UIC, Indiana State at Bradley, Georgia State, Texas State, Southern Miss, South Alabama, Cincinnati, hashtag we coming, Colorado, SMU at Virginia, Pitt, Florida State, Rhode Island, Loyola, Chicago, Illinois, and I don't like Drake, Omaha at Denver, Purdue at Washington, Texas, Hook'em at Boomer, Sooner, Oklahoma, and Utah State versus UNLV. Run it out.
Yeah, I think Houston earns a classic Houston blowout win and cover. I just think when you look at West Virginia, hey, they've already put together some nice wins and have the upset win over Kansas, but they proved they can play on the road, but their offense not strong enough for me to keep up for 40 minutes. I think Houston is one of the best defenses in the country, but also their offense is top 15 in adjusted offensive efficiency. So I think Houston rolls in that one. I think Utah's going to be competitive in that game against TCU, kind of a clash of styles in that one. I would take the points with Utah. I would lay the points with UIC. Murray State's been playing probably their best basketball of the season, but I do think they're a little bit overvalued right now. I think UIC is still the better team by a good margin, and we're laying less than a bucket. So I'll take UIC in that one. I've faded Bradley plenty of times recently. Valpo almost got the outright upset on him, and Bradley's not been great against the number recently. I think they have another one that's going to be close. I would take the points with the Sycamores of Indiana State. And let's see, I would lay the points with Loyola Chicago. They've been dreadful recently, but Rhode Island's not been great on the road this season. They've lost a couple of games outright. They played in some other close ones. So I think Loyola Chicago kind of settles down and picks up a big win at home and covers the number.
I'm with Romanelli on Houston laying the points on West Virginia. It's just a classic beatdown Houston style spot. So I'm not going to overcomplicate it. They either would shed them or lose outright. There's no in between. Plus 1,100 West Virginia. I ain't mad at nobody sprinkling on that, but it ain't going to happen. This is a Houston smash down spot, but that's how I think. That's what it should be. So I'm going to lay it with the Cougars. I'm laying it with Tennessee too, man. Mike White going to show me. He going to have to show me. Big game, Mike White. What you going to do, man? What you going to do? On the road at Tennessee, you've beaten the odds this season. I'll give you some credit, but now it's time for the big boy play. Now it's time. You lost at Ole Miss last time. On the road, you did beat Kentucky, solid win. You beat Oklahoma, solid win, both at home. Now let me see you do it on the road. Let me see it, and I don't think y'all see it. I'm taking Tennessee, man. Tennessee just scores the ball too efficiently. And I think ultimately that's gonna kill Georgia. I'm on Tennessee in that one. Small lean on SMU. SMU been hooping. Now they in the ACC. I don't like the way Virginia's looked, man. And I think SMU is head and shoulders the better team. So just don't want to overcomplicate it. I trust SMU. And last one for me. I got to fade Texas, man. I'm on Oklahoma. Laying the points. If you're an OG here, you know this. You know I like Oklahoma in hoops. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. But Oklahoma in hoops, they just one of my teams, man. And Texas and hoops, they scare me. Texas and hoops is always overrated, overvalued. And we've seen that now as they've lost 3 straight. I mean, of course, they did play 3 solid teams, A&M, Auburn, Tennessee. And Oklahoma's lost 3 straight too. But I think at home, Oklahoma bounces back here. Who does Texas have on deck? Texas has Florida. Oh, my God. The NCC is unforgiving. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Sorry, Texas, man. It looks like y'all boys finna be going through it, man. I'm on Oklahoma today at home at the crib. Roof.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the under in SMU Virginia. Teams just don't speed up Virginia when it's at John Paul Jones Arena. When Virginia's at home, they dictate the pace. And we saw this matchup, just a few weeks ago at SMU, and it finished 64-51 or 63-51 in favor of SMU. It's 134 points. I don't know how we get there. I don't know how that total jumps up like that. So give me the under in SMU Virginia. I like that one a lot. I'm going to take Pitt laying the 2 against Florida State. In the last couple of years since, Jeff Capel sort of building Pitt basketball back up, basically since the start of 2022-23, no team in the ACC has been better as the road team against the spread than Pitt, covering 70%. Florida State, still a solid Florida State team, but they're not forcing the turnovers they need to really thrive, to have that defense work. And I think Pitt, not going to be bothered here. I think they go into Florida State and get the job done. I like UIC as well. I wish they were an underdog because that's where I've been making my money with them this season. But I'll stick with UIC here, laying the 2.5 as well.
Anything y'all boys might have left off full card college hoops?
Nothing for me.
Nada.
All right. Skate on over to the NHL. We only got 2 games tonight.
Dose.
We got the Hurricanes at the Sabres, and we got the Oilers at the Smudges. I'm up here. I don't really like either one of them, to be real with y'all. I just want to be a million. So with that being said, that means I got to take a shot on a dog. The dog I would take a shot on is Buffalo. Because the Smudges never win as a home underdog. It's like 6-7 straight games as a home underdog, they've lost. They're terrible as a home underdog. So Smalley on the Sabres. And then I guess if you're just dying for a play, lay the puck line or just lay the money line as a parlay filler with the Oilers. Roof.
Yeah, funny. I mean, if there's a dog I'd want to take a shot on Wednesday, it would be the Wild. To me, I think this is just all about Edmonton bias. We see it with Toronto, where because they're a big media market, they have Austin Matthews and all this stuff. Even when they probably shouldn't be, they have these heavy price tags associated with them. I think it's the same thing with
I gave you. Did you not hear?
I did, and I'm trying to explain why I'm on the Wild here, because I think that this is just a price that is attached to Connor McDavid. I think it's just you pay the premium for it, but realistically, you have 2 teams that almost have identical records. I don't see how this is plus 185. If this is minus 170,
don't win as home underdogs. They don't do it.
But okay, that's fine. But I'm just saying, I don't.
As good of a team as they are,
the price doesn't make sense.
So basically, this is what the stat means. Let me just break it down in detail. This is what it means. The Wild are a really good team, right? So very rarely are they home underdogs, right? Only time they're home underdogs is when they're playing other good teams. And now 7 straight times they've lost as home underdogs. So it's like, bro, don't overcomplicate it, man. Don't.
Are you being condescending about hockey to Mr. Puck himself?
I am. I'm trying to help him see the light. I'm trying to help him see it.
Look at Chris's face.
Yeah, that's like Stevie Wonder trying to help me see the light. Look.
Okay. That's cool.
Look, I get it. I'm just saying I don't like this card at all either. It's a 2-game card that is absolute trash. So forced to pick anything, I feel that I would much rather have the talent of the Minnesota Wild as an underdog than the Buffalo Sabres, personally.
Can I get a hat bet?
But I can understand where you get to the Sabres because the Hurricanes have been less effective on the road. But me personally, I want the Wild and plus 1.5 and on the money line.
He said he wants a hat bet. Roof.
I get a hat bet. I'll give you the puck line.
With this card, hell no.
I give you the puck line. I'll lay the 1.5 on the road. Oh, come on. That'll
I'll
make
give
it.
you a different hat bet, Jay, if you want. If you need some action,
I do need some action.
give me those 6.5 points with the Kansas Jayhawks.
We can do that. We can do that.
It's just because I don't wear hats.
We can do that. Let's go Cyclones.
Let's go Jayhawks. Come on. We're gonna win outright.
That's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna watch that one for sure.
All right, you know what? How about this? I'll bet you a drink or something when for March Madness.
That's fine.
All right.
I just need a reason to be invested tonight.
All right, that's fine. No, I'll bet you that because I don't wear hats. So
fair.
I don't wear hats. So I'll bet you a drink.
Let's do it.
I'll bet you Chick-fil-A.
Even better.
There you go. Because I really don't drink much either. So
we can bet.
And I did that before I even saw the comment that someone said bet Chick-fil-A.
Let's go, Edmonton. Let's go, McDavid. Day after your birthday, man. Come on, let's do it.
Just to be clear, we're going puck line?
Puck line.
Okay. All right, deal.
Let's do
it.
Any hockey for you today, Ron? Or I'm sorry, Rose. Anything else you were saying? My bad.
No. I'm good.
Sure.
Nothing for me.
All right, fellas.
Ron just likes to stir the pot.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's dribble on over to the NBA. Shout out the comments, man. They suggested that yesterday. First game on the board. We're gonna go 3 at a time. We'll go the most overrated, overvalued team in sports. Philadelphia 76ers against the New York Knicks.
Wait, which one's which?
I could have went the other way. But
that's why you confused me for a sec.
You feel me? Knicks laying 6.5 in that one. We have the Boston Celtics laying 14.5 on the Toronto Raptors. And we have the Chicago Bulls, your Chicago Bulls, laying 2.5 points on the Atlanta Hawks on Hawk Romanelli Wednesday. Roof?
Give me the Hawks. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just we bet them on Wednesday. It's what we do here. And I said my concerns about the Bulls yesterday, and look what happened. They ended up falling flat against the Pelicans. So I really just have no desire to back the Bulls at home. So I'll take the Hawks there. I'm going to take the Raptors plus the 14.5. Jay, you know the trend I go back to. 6-20-1. The Celtics are after a win this season. The Raptors, I'm sure they haven't forgotten about New Year's Eve. They got smacked by 54 points, and that was on the road. Now they at least get to go back home where they've won 8 of their 9 games this season. I'm not saying they win the game outright. I'm just saying they at least show a pulse in this game. And give me the Knicks laying the points. I want no part of the Sixers either. Knicks are at least, showing some fight and beating up on the bad teams. So I think they beat up on the Sixers here. What's the injury report right now for the Sixers? Because I see Paul George out. I see Joel Embiid out, but that was for maybe yesterday, I think it was. So I don't even know if it's updated.
Yeah, that whole game injury report is ugly right now, and it hasn't, like you said, it hasn't really been updated yet.
Because that was one thing I was looking at. Because I see all the names there, and it's still from yesterday, and I'm like, I don't know.
Everybody just right now game time decision. So shoot arounds are happening here soon, so we should get some news within the hour or something like that. So just kind of keep an eye on it. Jam session to be up after the show, so I haven't done it yet because I was kind of waiting on something, and it's not the only reason. But
yeah,
anyway,
sure thing. He was waiting for shoot around. That's the reason. Mm-hmm.
Would you like it as first slot, Ruben?
Well, first I got to ask you, what day is it today?
Today's Wednesday.
And who's playing in this time slot?
Those Atlanta Hawks.
And what's my name?
Hawk Romanelli Wednesday.
Give me the Chicago Bulls laying the points.
Oh.
Give me the Chicago Bulls.
Okay.
Perfect bounce back spot. You got the Hawks coming off the win.
Okay.
Chicago lost a miserable one to New Orleans. I love this spot for Chicago as the favorite. I'll lay the points with the Bulls. Maybe one of the only times I fade Atlanta on Wednesdays. But give me Chicago.
I ain't gonna lie. For a second there, you almost had me, but then I realize it's Romanelli, man, and he makes the right play because Chicago is the right play. I'm on the Bulls as well. Gotta fade the Hawks on Hawk Romanelli Wednesday. I don't do it often, but today's the day. The Hawks, and this is typical Atlanta. This is just typical Atlanta. Big win yesterday against a good quality team, quote unquote. And then the reason why what's the record right now? 20-19. And they've beaten the Celtics, they've beaten the Cavs, they've beaten the Knicks. Bro, they be balling against the good teams, but then when the other games, is the reason the Hawks have been the Hawks the last few seasons. They just fall apart. They just go through the motions and they fuck around and lose. Chicago's the favorite in this game for a reason. I know they fell apart last night, but I'm on the Bulls in this spot. It's just to play on the spot, play on the situation, knowing who these two teams are. I'm on the Bulls. I'm on the Raptors with Roof. Fade of the Celtics. Raptors home dog. They've been printing money this season. Solid revenge game after getting aired out last game. Celtics coming off a win. They've been terrible. Roof gave out a stat. Don't trust the Celtics. Celtics right now are one of the worst ATS teams in the NBA. Just flat out. I'm tired of thinking this is a spot they lock in. They just seem to be going through the motions. They're satisfied with wins. And then that's really it. So give me the Raptors plus the points. Gritty team, fight hard team. Sixers, Knicks. It's hard not knowing what's going on with the injuries. I low-key want to take Philadelphia. Off principle alone, I'm not going to do it. I just feel like if there was a game where the Sixers stepped up and played hard, it would be against like New York. You know what I mean? Just trying hard. Not rushing to the window to bet. It wouldn't shock me if the Knicks aired them out here. Knicks are the better team decisively. I have not bet Philadelphia almost at all this season, and I really don't want to start today. So, bottom of the barrel style game. I'm really good on it, in all honesty. Let's keep it rolling, though, fellas. We got the Orlando Magic in Milwaukee. Milwaukee land 5.5. We got my Dallas Mavericks in New Orleans. Dallas land 2.5. And we have the Grizzlies in San Antonio. Grizzlies laying 2.5. Romanelli?
Give me the Orlando Magic plus the points. I think, you look at Milwaukee coming off the big win yesterday. Basically, that game was over in the first 5 minutes or so. It was just a one-sided blowout. But, Jay mentioned at the beginning of the show, and I agree with him in this instance, maybe not so much with the Knicks, but sometimes these teams, they show up in these irrelevant games and everybody starts to think, oh, the Bucks are back. They're a contender. I still don't think they should be laying this many points in this matchup. I think Orlando is good enough defensively, keep this one close and have a chance to win it outright. They are playing with revenge. These teams played last week. It was a close one, 3-point win from Milwaukee, but I wouldn't be shocked to see Orlando win the game outright, so I'll take the points.
I'm on Orlando as well. Milwaukee was my best bet yesterday. It just felt like a really good spot to take them. Don't want to necessarily be laying points with them, though, on Orlando. Orlando's starting to get healthy. I know the road is not typically where Orlando plays its best basketball, but sometimes that's what it takes. A random road win that kind of sparks it, and then they go on their run and return back to who we think they are. So, Bucks overrated, overvalued. I think a lot of people are going to overreact to yesterday's win and want to hop on them, and then they come out and let you down in typical Milwaukee fashion. Just knowing who the team is. I'm on the Magic. I'm on my Mavs. I really don't care that people be crying about me taking them. I know it's a bounce back game at home that also happens to be a revenge game for the Pelicans, who got aired out by Dallas earlier this season. But in that same breath, the Pelicans have also been the same team we've been describing all season that doesn't fit certain spots and situations. So we're not just going to turn around and act like we're going to do it today. So I'm not changing up. The Pelicans have been the number 1 and number 2 team on the do not bet list all season long. Need I remind you, Dallas as a road favorite over the last 2 seasons, has covered at over a 60% clip. Dallas on the back end of a back-to-back. I like the spot for them. New Orleans, solid win for them yesterday, but they're still tremendously overrated and overvalued. Dallas, after getting beat up, blown out, I think they lock in, respond here. As I was at the game last night. So what had happened was what always happens when the star comes back into the lineup. The team who was playing a certain way kind of relaxes a bit because the star's back. They try to defer to the star, and Kyrie had an off night. And Jamal Murray had a career night. That's really all that happened. It wasn't anything other than that. I think Kyrie tonight, after getting his legs back underneath him, has a solid game in New Orleans, who's been terrible all season long. Dallas is still decisively the better team. It's a low number, man. Let's not overcomplicate this. Put yesterday out your mind. Think about what's really going to happen in this game today. I'm on Dallas and land. Grizzlies, Spurs is a tough one. The line tell me take San Antonio, so I'm going to take San Antonio. I don't necessarily trust Memphis on the road. If at home, I don't fade Memphis too often. But on the road, they're fadeable. San Antonio is just a really under the radar team. You can catch them in certain spots. Right now, I think they're 20-19-1 against the number, so they're not a non-profitable team. It's not like they're a money-making team or anything. It's just certain spots for San Antonio. And this one just feels like a spot. I'm on the Spurs. Roof? Get him, Romanelli. Get him.
You like talking to yourself, Rufalo?
Yeah, it's better than talking to you. I'm going to go with the match because this is the end result of what happens. Damn it. Someone else do the timestamps. I'm tired of doing it. I want to hear people hearing type in the background. Because then this shit happens. I get caught blasted on mute. I'm going to agree with you guys on the Magic. Not to add too much to what was already said. Just don't want to lay points at the Bucks in this spot. The Magic are starting to cover with Paolo back, so give me the Magic and the points. Joe, what's Derek Lively's status?
Out, probably. Rolled his ankle.
Yeah,
he rolled his ankle last night, so probably out. 7-footer, young guy. I just don't think they push it on the second leg of a back.
Yeah. I'm leaning towards the Pelicans. Not to be devil's advocate. I think we're at the point where we're deep enough in the season that we've only seen the Mavs as a road favorite 7 times, and I get that a lot of it has to do with injuries and guys being out of the lineup. Still just 3-4 against the number. I think the case we made for Dallas is that they're 5-2 on no rest this season against the spread.
Yes, they are.
But it's also worth remembering now that the Pelicans are the healthiest they've been, and we're starting to see the product of that. I mean, they've covered 3 straight. They've won 2 of those 3 games. It's only a lean for me, but I lean towards the Pelicans plus the points.
Fair. Huh?
Did I already go?
Yeah, you went first.
Yeah.
All right. We got the Nuggets laying 1.5 on the Rockets. We have the Hornets laying 5.5 on the Jazz. And we have the Timberwolves laying 6.5 on the Warriors. I'm on the Nuggets. Them boys print money on the second leg of a back-to-back. The Nuggets go stupid, dummy, crazy at home, at the crib. The Rockets, Houston, we have a problem. They play their much better basketball at home. They have played well on the road in certain spots, but I don't think tonight's that night. I'm not worried about the second leg of a back-to-back with travel with Denver. They prevailed through it. Jamal Murray was balling last night. They got their guys out of that game last night because they were up so big, so it really don't matter. So I don't think they're going to be just dead tired or anything. Denver is back. I'm here to tell y'all they're back. Just when we thought they was going to fade away, they're back. It is what it is. Shut up them Nuggets, man. Y'all know I'm not fading Denver in Denver. Them boys go stupid, dummy, crazy. And we finna get our value back on them boys. Remember how bad they were ATS to start the season? They're now back to 500. Give me the Nuggets. I'm gonna lay it. Give me the Jazz money line outright. Jazz outright money line. Charlotte laying over a bucket on the road. Are we serious? Are we serious? We can't be. We just can't be. I know that everybody and their mama is on this injury report for the Jazz. I don't care. I don't care. That still doesn't justify Charlotte laying this many points on the road. You got to attack plus money opportunities when they arise. And the Jazz have been so terrible at home. I think we talked about it earlier the other day. This is one of the lightest home stretches they'll have all season. So give me the Jazz outright money line. And I don't trust the House of Disappointment laying points at home. I just don't. I'm sorry. I'm on the Warriors. I know they haven't played that well, but I think this is a spot where they do play well. They might go and get Minnesota outright. They might beat them outright. I'm on the Warriors plus the points. And now I just don't trust the house in the house. Chris?
Yeah, I threw the keys away a long time ago. I'm taking the Warriors plus the points here. It's when the Warriors are laying points that I have a hard time with this team. But catching 6.5 with a fairly clean injury report against Minnesota. We've seen Minnesota stumble in less spots than this. Double revenge spot for Minnesota, but I'm not sure it matters at this point. Minnesota just keeps finding ways to disappoint when we need them to show up. And yeah, they've won 4 of their last 5. That's all well and good, but the Golden State Warriors, I think, are at a point of desperation. Like, they need to show up or they're not going anywhere. So I'm with you. I would put someone on Golden State plus 6.5, put someone on the money line as well, plus 200. So Golden State for me. And I'm not gonna add too much. Give me the Nuggets. I think Jay made all the points. The back-to-back for the Nuggets. They're playing better at home. They're trying to right the ship. We're still going to make a ton of money with the Rockets this season, but this is just a Nugget spot. So give me the Nuggets.
I'm on the Rockets. Give me the Rockets. Unlike Denver at home, the Rockets are actually a profitable road dog this year. Denver is 7-7 with all that juice you're losing. So, the Rockets opened as the small favorite. Now they are the dog. I'm going to take the points or the 1 point with the Houston Rockets.
Fair enough. Last 2, we got the Miami Heat and the Los Angeles Lake Show Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets and the Los Angeles Clippers. Oof.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Lakers here, laying the points against the Heat. Another revenge spot where I don't think I'd want to, piss off LeBron James because the elephant never forgets. Remember last time these two teams met in Miami, it was 134-91. It was a game where the Heat just weren't missing. There was ass slapping all on the bench. There was, mean mugging. They were staring down the Lakers bench, and they said the Lakers just got crushed in that game. I think getting back home, I think they're gonna get their get back here. It's just not a spot where I want to be on the Heat in this one. So give me the Lakers, laying the 5.5, whatever you can get at. And Nets Clippers. Oh boy, this one's ugly. Maybe lean towards the under. It wouldn't surprise me if the Nets got housed here, but 14 is a lot for the Clippers in this spot. So under 230 is where I'd lean in that one.
Probably my 2 least favorite games on the board. I would lean slightly to the Lakers, but for me, it's tough to trust either of these teams against the spread right now. But slight lean to the Lakers. Slight
lean for me towards the Heat. I just don't trust the Lakers laying over a bucket. Just don't think they win the game. This is a nice spot for them. Bounce back game at home that happens to be a revenge game. But it's like just knowing who these two teams are. Miami usually good at this small road dog. Lakers really not that good at this medium. Oh, what I meant to say is the Heat are usually good at the medium road dog range. Lakers not really that good at the medium favorite range. So Lakers win, think Heat cover. Them Clippers are back to being overrated and overvalued now that Kawhi is back. I'm just letting y'all know. They are. I would lean towards the Nets, but I don't know if I want to go to the window with it yet. So that's what I got in that last one. But I know we do got some plays we absolutely love, and those are over at Pick Dogs Premium. We're trying to make some money today on a money-making Wednesday, hump day, middle of the week. Chris Ruffalo, what you got going on today?
Yeah, I got a couple things going on. I got my $15 college play of the day. Looking to bounce back with that. Unfortunately, Marquette let us down yesterday, but I really like today's play. I also got a $25 play for the NBA play of the day, and I got a 5-pack in both the NBA and college hoops. So make sure you jump on board, but use the promo code PICK at checkout. Hop on something long term today. The 3-day and 7-day are actually less than buying each of the daily packages individually, and you get a few days extra worth of plays. This week's loaded for action, so make sure you check it out.
On with Chris Ruffalo. Run down. What you got?
Yeah, focusing on college basketball today, we're 113-75, so 60% win rate for about 30 units. So having a great college basketball season. I've got my college basketball bank shot best bet, my top play of the day, and I also have a 3-pack with my top 3 plays in college hoops at Pick Dogs Premium.
Hop on with Ron Don, man. Make you some money, man. Continue to kick the crap out of the books. He said he loaded in college hoops today. I'm loaded in the NBA. Pair us up, man, and get best of both worlds. I got it's a huge card today. I might have like 5 or 6 in there in a second. Of course, I got my NBA play of the day. We smashed it yesterday with the Milwaukee Bucks. Wire to wire, blowout, no sweat, winner. Let's cash another one today, man. Hop on that or hop on something long-term. Pair me and Roof up, me and Ron up, me and Big Al up, me and whoever you want to up at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's do what we do. Just kick the crap out of the books betting. Sports. I was going to say hoops, but sports. But it is hoops right now. But we got college football 1 game left, and then NFL slowly but surely coming down to the wire too, man. Football came and went. Like, god damn, it's over. Like, kind of crazy when you think about it. Y'all know what time it is, though, ladies and gentlemen. It's parlay time. Parlay. Franchise, what you got?
3-game parlay college hoops. Let's go with Seton Hall plus the points. George Washington laying the points and the under in SMU, Virginia.
Wow.
Very solid. I'm going to go, before I get in my parlay, I want to talk about something I posted a video last week. I'm going to put it in the live chat here. It is the information for the celebration of life for Mitch that we're going to be doing in Vegas in March. We're going to do a casino crawl, and the details will be all found. If you watch that video, there's a different link that you can click on with all the information and the itinerary. So we'd love to see as many of you as possible at that celebration. It's going to be a nice time, and we're going to honor Mitch and everything that he meant for all of us here at Pick Dogs. So check out that video in the live chat. But my parlay today is going to be in the NBA. I'm going to go with the Chicago Bulls and the Orlando Magic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Catch all of us in Vegas, man. Catch us. It's going to be a good time. Celebrate the GOAT. My parlay today, we're going to go Edmonton puck line. We're going to go Utah Jazz plus the points. And we're going to go with, let's do multi-sport. Let's go Houston land the points on West Virginia. 3-team. Birdcage. Money Making Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining us. We'll be back same time, same programming tomorrow. Thursdays with Brad. So be here or be square. Then it's Fridays with Costi. And then it's the weekend show where Jovan usually pops in, Brian, Al, the gang. So see y'all as we continue to cook it up, man. We got NFL on the horizon. We got, of course, NBA throughout the week, college hoops throughout the week, man. It's that time, right? It's the calm before the storm in college hoops. Trying to find value, trying to figure out who's who before the March gets here. Don't sleep on college hoops, man. Don't forget about your spots and situations in the NBA. Don't abandon them because you lost one night. Stick to your principles. Remember, you're gambling at the end of the day. Bet responsibly. Let's make some money on a Money Making Wednesday.
I'm excited for my new hat coming up after tonight's game.
Whatever.
Rock chalk.
I'm going to be up Chick-fil-A and a new hat after today, man. We're going to see. See y'all tomorrow. We out here. Peace.